So making interesting progress with the caravan build. Don't know what to call it. So obviously I managed to dislodge the two clips that hold this down. That was easy enough. And then I just kind of pushed the seatbelt clips through the holes, and that enabled me just to yank these out. And there's two more clips, one there and one at the other end, which kind of clip underneath the backrest thing. So I managed to lift this out completely, which is brilliant. And then if you go to the back, so previously with the cushiony seat bit in place, this only went down a limited degree, but now it just basically lies flat. So in principle, let's remove that the actual seat part of the back bench seat, stick it on the roof, scratch up the roof a bit, let it dry out a bit in the sun, and I can clean it. So much more space. So I think what I'm going to do is unfasten these two bolts that holds the upright of the back seat in place, but they're quite rusted and a bit stiff, and I don't really have the right gear to do that at the moment, so I might go onto Amazon and order the right gear. Or I could just lay the bed frame over this back seat rest to the front. I'm certainly pleased I got rid of the back seat to the extent I have so far, because it makes so much more space. So it was about six foot, maybe a little bit less, with this thing up, right, in terms of bed space, potential bed space, but now there's, you know, 7.5 foot, so ample space to fit a bed in there. Obviously only a foot wide, 1.5 foot wide maybe. So really good progress, and it's clearly going to work. Just need to find some timber now to do the actual bed frame. So yeah, definitely impressed by the amount of space. So if I fit a bed from the footwell here across where the passenger seat was, and then extend it back a fair way, probably leave about a foot in the back where I can build some sort of cabinet type unit, and then on the other side there I can also build probably a kitchen area, to be honest. Either that, or I remove the this back seat that's folded down entirely, and build a kind of a cushioned seat area over on that half behind the driver's seat at the back. So then when I get up in the morning, I can basically climb into that and get ready and for the day. But yeah, really pleased with how it's going so far. So don't let anybody tell you you can't build a micro camper in a Citroen C1. There's clearly acres of space in there. Good morning, it's the 25th of February already. March is just round the corner. And it's started out a nice enough day. It's a bit chilly. A bit breezy as well. I gather the weather is going to deteriorate quite rapidly, turn wet and windy. Got some gales on the way. So I think the rest of today, it's Sunday, is going to be written off after about 11 o'clock if I remember rightly. It's fine as it is, fine at the moment. I'm going to head to Bestie's in a minute because it's almost 9 in the morning. So I've managed to get both seat parts out from the bench seat at the back. Superb. Well, I say I've managed to. A friend of mine had the right bit of kit to unscrew the bolts. So now we are seatless, and there's loads of space in here. It's great. So I'm going to build a kind of a wooden frame across this area, be about 1.5 to 2 foot wide, and then build a unit over here behind the driver's seat, wooden unit. For now I'm just going to bodge it, because when I go down to Cornwall in a few days I'm going to buy some timber from Trago Mills, probably in Falmouth. But yeah, it's looking great, isn't it? Loads of room. I need to do a lot of cleaning. Bit of a mess, but it's looking good. So it's now 4 PM and looking at the radar, it looks like this rain and drizzle. It's only really drizzle, thankfully. But this is going to pass through by about 3 AM tomorrow morning. So overnight, the rain is actually going to clear. I thought it was going to carry on into tomorrow, but it isn't. And then we might have a clear day. So then I'll be able to do some more work on the van build, hopefully. The van build in my car. But it is a bit of a gloomy afternoon. God, blimey. We don't want this rain on this saturated ground, really, because it's only going to cause some more landslips, probably. Anyway, I'm glad that tomorrow looks like it's going to be a bit clear. Hopefully it'll be sunny as well. It certainly won't be cloudy. Yeah, so just a heads up. It occurred to me that if you're watching my videos in order to find out about Ventnor and the undercliff of the Isle of Wight, you might be interested in these 2 little booklets which I wrote a while ago. One is bird watching around Ventnor on the Isle of Wight. The other one is wildlife watching around Ventnor on the Isle of Wight. And yeah, this one's a little bit thicker. Goes into, there's birds in this one as well, but it's mainly about everything else, red squirrels and wall lizards and Glanville fritillary butterflies, that sort of stuff. So wildlife watching around Ventnor. This is obviously bird watching. It's really a sights guide and just an overview of the amazing bird migration that you see around Ventnor. There is a map in there which kind of shows some of the best places to go bird watching. It's around Ventnor, so it's Ventnor and kind of the undercliff up to St Lawrence and down to Bonchurch. So anyway, you can buy these at the Longshoremen's Museum, which is on the Ventnor seafront. This one is £5, the bird watching one. This one's £7, the wildlife watching one. Or you can get them from Amazon. And there's a link to where you can get them from Amazon in the description below this video. Or you can buy them at places like Barnes and Noble, online bookshop, and all the various online bookshops of the major kind of booksellers, bookshops, Waterstones, Ottakers, those sorts of places. Ottakers, do they still exist? I don't know. Or you can ask a library to get it in. So your local library, as I distribute these books via Draft to Digital, which is a book distributor. That means all the libraries can get them as well. If you request a copy, library will buy it in as long as they don't mind doing so, and then you can borrow a copy. And I'm going to stop now because I'm keeping Benny awake. Poor old Benny. Look at the fluff. Look, you're molting. Good grief, Benny. You're on a movie. Deary me. I think this is set to continue until middle of tomorrow, early afternoon tomorrow, I think. Or maybe it'll clear through overnight, I can't remember. Actually, just occurred to me that I moved into my little Belingo in February 2018 when we had a bit of a cold snap, a snow blizzard down in Falmouth in Cornwall, which is where I was crashing at the time, hence the Cornwall van dweller name. I was down at the university there, Exeter University, Penryn campus, which is in Cornwall rather than Exeter in Devon. Anyway, I moved into that little van in February 2018, and I've moved into this, the next generation of my home on wheels, February 2024. So it's definitely a theme there, February. Wonder how many years I'll be in this one for. 6 years maybe. Certainly liking the way it's coming together in terms of a feasible tiny home to live in, but we shall see how things develop. So it's getting heavier. It's about 2:20 now PM. Well, this of course is one of the drawbacks of your home being a vehicle, a van, or in my case now a small Citroen C1. You're kind of trapped in your vehicle when the weather's like this. Although I have just come from a cafe, well, from Lady Scarlet's just over there. So yeah, you need to bear that in mind if you're considering following my experience of living in a car. Still wouldn't change it for the world though, personally.